ask the both teams, pause your warm-ups to join us for our opening invocation, delivered tonight by Father Brian Tabor.
Let us pause for a moment of prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the graces and the blessings of this day. We ask you to be with us here on this field. That these young men, as they take this field to play, may utilize well the talents with which you have endowed them. That their spirit of sacrifice, their grit, and their determination may be a sign to all of us of the glory of your risen Son, in whose name we pray. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. St. Ignatius.
Now we ask that you all remain standing, and please face the flag, as tonight we have Junior Harlequin cast member. She played Amy in Little Women, and Jane Fairfax in Emma. Junior Elena McGill to sing our national anthem. Father Tabor and Elena McGill.
Chad, if that doesn't excite you for a football game, nothing will. She's just a junior at St. Ignatius. She has a big future ahead of her if she wants to go into singing or acting.
Oh, I'm sure she has incredible pipes coming out of the young lady.
That was one heck of a national anthem. It's the Wolfpack and Marian Catholic. We'll stick with the action here. Chad, do you think we're going to see a little bit different from St. Ignatius? Usually they like to stick with that triple option, run a lot, and just run it down the field from the 20 to the other 20? Or will they do a couple of play-action passes, try to keep Marian Catholic's defense a little at bay?
You got to think we're going to see them throw the ball quite a bit here tonight. They weren't having a lot of success early on in the season doing so, but let's see if they have some here tonight.
The Wolfpack against the Spartans. Each team looking for their second win of the year. St. Ignatius started off slow, 0-3. The first two games, especially the first one, could have gone either way against Bennett. That was a tough one. Me and Josh were here for that. A 14-7 loss to Bennett Academy. It was 7-7 late in the game. Bennett scored. Then they just couldn't find any offense against Immaculate Conception. A 19-6 loss. Obviously, their only points came from the kicker in Salvatore Bezzateri. But for tonight, they're going to look to continue that momentum they gained when it was 38-27. That win over Marian Central Catholic.
Yeah, and in terms of Marian Catholic here tonight, also 1-3. Another tough schedule. They lost to Marian Central 27-14 week one. They lost to Crete 57-14. Crete, of course, a powerhouse in week two. Got their lone win against DePaul Prep in week 3, 27-20, and then lost last week to powerhouse St. Rita.
Never a problem when you lose to St. Rita. That is a powerhouse. I mean, the Chicago Catholic League, so many good teams, especially Loyola. They're battling with Glenbard West for the two best teams in 8A. If we had a state tournament, we don't. But it's just about which team will be undefeated this season at 6-0.
And, you know, the record doesn't mean everything this season. You want to build some momentum heading into next year. And What a better way to do so than with a win here in your last 2 weeks, starting off tonight.
Taking the kick will be Raymond Cantello, a senior, 5'10". And deep for the Wolfpack, probably going to be 23, Vinny Rugai. Pretty decent kick. Hang time towards the sideline, and the Wolfpack are going to let it go out of bounds. And a break for St. Ignatius early on. They'll have 1st and 10 with great field position.
Well, here comes the triple option.
At their own 35-yard line.
Shout out to Eric, the cameraman. He's gonna have his hands full trying to keep track of who actually is the ball carrier here tonight.
I can tell that was 22 Tony Torrado or 23 Vincent Rugai. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 coming up.
And part of this triple option offense, it's about controlling the clock.
And if it's not there, you just got to do quarterback keeper. You cannot force the option and lose a lot of yardage. 1st and 10 at the 35, a key mistake by the senior place kicker of Marian Catholic. This will stop play.
With a clock issue.
Yep, I was wondering what's the yardage, and then they finally updated it. 1st and 10 at the 35.
And we're going to look. Add 6 seconds here onto the clock. Should be 11:58.
Actually, nobody touched it, so it could be 12, and they're going to change it to 12.
All right.
Interesting rule in football. The clock does not start until somebody touches it. 1st and 10 of the 35. And even 12 minutes in this first quarter. Run play up the gut. That's a good way to start. Past the 40. As the Wolfpack looking good on the first play of the game. A draw up the middle to Roberson.
And that's the bread and butter right there. Robertson up the middle. Sets the tone for the rest of the triple option to operate.
A gain of 6. 2nd and 4 at the Wolfpack 41.
You know, you pound up the middle with the fullback Robertson, and that's going to open up the jet sweeps and the pitches to the outside for the wingbacks.
Snap coming up. One in motion, that was Roberson. And a good little pitch play, but even better read by Marian Catholic. As they were not fooled at all by the triple option.
Brought down by number 5.
Barely got back to the line of scrimmage. A little pitch play out to Roberson. 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 at the Wolfpack 41.
I would try to run it up the gut. If it's close to a 1st down, wouldn't be unheard of to think of going for it on 4th and short.
Going to want a good offense, good push here from the offensive line.
A wing T formation, 2 wide receiver set. Might be a quarterback keeper. Ooh, almost got him on the hard count. A little pitch to the right. Not much there. He's going to lose yardage. A little pitch out to Tallarico, and just didn't have anywhere to run.
Just a phenomenal play there by Cassius Clifton, coming from that strong safety spot and making a nice tackle for a loss there.
What's it with the name Cassius? It seems like every athlete that has the first name Cassius, they're really good.
You're just setting your kid up for success.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all in the name. Wasn't Muhammad Ali's name Cassius Clay before he changed it?
I believe so.
4th and 7. Obvious punt formation. Not the greatest snap. Low kick. And Marian Catholic yelling out poison, don't touch that ball. And eventually drops near the 35. Good job on the coverage team led by Torrado.
And as we mentioned in the pregame, someone to keep your eye on for Marian Catholic here is Tajim Lawson, an electric runner out of the backfield, headed to NIU next year.
They're going to try to get Lawson out in space. As not the tallest guy, 5'11", 190 pounds, also plays defensive back for the Spartans. This might be a passing play, 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the left, 3 to the right actually. A little screen pass out to our left. Ooh, great, beautiful stiff arm, then gets out of bounds. That's a young man. He can't just run the ball. He can also catch it. Lawson out in the backfield, out in space, looking good there.
Yeah, as we mentioned, he's a preferred walk-on next year for the Huskies at NIU, but I'm willing to gamble that he's gonna make that roster as a guaranteed scholarship here by his sophomore year.
They just continue to cycle through running backs at NIU, don't they? Garrett Wolf, Michael Turner. And of course, Jordan Lynch was practically a running back. He was like a fullback at the quarterback spot. He's now the head coach at Mount Carmel. And his brother is playing quarterback for Mount Carmel as well.
Phenomenal player.
2nd and 3 coming up. Run play out to our left. And Lawson, he is just tough to bring down. He still hasn't been brought down. And finally past the 40. Says something to the guy who tackled him. He gets out of bounds. On the tackle that time was Michael Gladden. Gladden went to Roosevelt Middle School.
Yeah, Lawson showing off that next level foot speed there and awareness. Hit that hole. There was no stopping.
Don't have to blitz yet, but if Lawson is that tough in space, you're going to have to consider some cornerback blitzes.
Well, that's exactly what Marian wants. That helps them dial up the pass.
Power I coming up for Marian Catholic. Run play to who else? Lawson. And he's driven by 2 defenders. On the backside was Jake Lowe.
Lawson on the carry. 21 Gabe Amaker on the
It's just
stop.
such a crucial part of your offense. If you have a running back where the defense always has to think about it, 8 in the box, even 9. We saw it last week, even with a young quarterback for Willowbrook, a freshman at Signal Caller. It just created a new dimension of Willowbrook's offense that York just had to try every time to stop. And the same thing with Marian Catholic. Lawson is just somebody to be knowing about every time he has the ball. Well, the run play past the guard. This time it's to Lawson's teammate as they give Lawson a break.
And just an excellent job there from the Marian offensive line, creating a gaping hole that Kyle, I believe, you could have ran through.
Well, Randall Naughton is faster than I am, the 5'10" tailback. So many different ways to call them running backs. Tailbacks, halfbacks, RBs. I still go with the RB, though. Meanwhile, it's a 1st and 10 for Marian Catholic as they are driving right down the field. St. Ignatius has to find a way to stop it. They're draw to the left, leading the way to left tackle, but Lawson is a force out there. And he's just forced out of bounds. Just ran out of running real estate, otherwise it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that time the linebackers of Ignatius were completely fooled by that counter play to the right, ended up handing off to the left side, and Lawson just takes advantage of the hole. Yeah, this defensive line, the linebackers, front 7 of Ignatius, they're going to have to get some pressure here. If not, it's going to be a long night.
So 1st and 10 coming up for Marian Catholic. You don't even have to pass if Lawson is this good, or you just, do another screen pass, a pass out in the flat, and just see if Lawson can do the rest. They run that 2 quarterback system. So far, 1 quarterback thus far. And a little quarterback keeper out to the right. Got decent yardage. Meeting him on the play. It was both Evan Stewart and Michael Gladden. Ronald Thomas on the carry.
Yeah, Ronald Thomas, a dual threat quarterback, showing exactly how he can use his legs.
2nd and 2 from the Wolfpack 18.
It's a very interesting Marian Catholic roster. They have a bunch of seniors you would expect, but they have sophomores, Kyle Thomas, who sometimes splits the quarterback duties with Ronald, and then Randall Naughton, just a freshman on the varsity squad. 2nd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, Lawson has nothing but compliments when it comes to the freshman.
Looks good. He's not Lawson yet, but he's only a freshie. Little pitch play to the left, and there's Lawson again. Going to be close to the 1st down marker, and it looked like he got a step past it.
Run out of bounds by 23, Vinny Rugai.
He's so fast, Chad. Sometimes you don't want to run east and west, but he's so fast. He's so tough to bring down in space. East and west might work for Marian Catholic tonight because he's so fast, so hard to bring down. You don't even have to run it north and south on the St. Ignatius defense.
Hey, if you got the speed, all the power to you. I was never blessed with that to experience what it's like to run like that.
Were you faster than Konerko at least?
Debatable.
Oh, man. That's not good. They're saying Mercedes is even slower than Konerko. Split tailbacks. And it's going to be a play action for Marian Catholic. Rolling out to the right. Pressure comes from the Wolfpack. It's going to be a sack. As great job on the pursuit by St. Ignatius.
Thomas on the keeper. Brought down by 52, Jack Burns. A loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Got to give all the credit, though, to the Marian Catholic quarterback. I say Marian Catholic quarterback because they run the 2 QB system.
Yep.
And all the credit in the world. I thought that was going to be a 5-yard loss. Found a way to just get a 1-yard loss.
If you hear that cheering behind us, we have a student section showing up just outside of the stadium. How about that, supporting the home team, the Wolfpack?
Not allowed due to COVID, but they're supporting their team right behind the gates.
We got a decent little view through the fence.
2nd and 11. Possibly the tickets were too expensive, too. Blame StubHub. A run play up the gut this time, and St. Ignatius saw it all the way, leading the charge.
Lawson on the carry.
The Wolfpack that time it was 54. I don't have him on my roster. But he did a good job.
A gain of 3, 3rd
It might have been
down.
51. That would be Brady DeRoss. Probably Brady DeRoss, he was on the team last year.
This is a crucial 3rd and 8 here. Marian might be in 4-down territory. If you're the Wolfpack, front seven's got to get some pressure on that line of scrimmage here.
Third and long coming up for Marian Catholic. Another pitch play out to the left. It's just so hard to bring down. Good blocks, too. It's just not being able to get a piece on it was John Kemp. He tried to fight that block, couldn't. You know, Lawson's been great, Chad, but these left and right tackles, you got to give them credit as well.
Absolutely. So far, Marian is 100% winning the battle in the trenches.
And a yard.
They're going to call it 4th down, though.
6-yard line.
Yeah, they don't have confidence in their place kicker, and from what I saw in that kickoff, it wasn't good. It was a legal procedure, kicked it out of bounds.
Hey, when you got Lawson in the backfield, who needs a kicker?
4th and 1. 4th and 1. Could also be a hard count, too, before they snap it. They're going to indeed run it out to Lawson. Enough push up front, and he's going to get past the 1st down marker.
Lawson on the carry.
Once again, that Marian Catholic offensive line just winning the battle up front until that Ignatius front seven starts getting some pressure. Expect the same results.
It's not a big offensive line. Tallest guy, 6'3", that's Zach Carson, number 70. 1st and goal coming up. Ball at the 3. The run play this time to the A gap.
Lawson on the carry. In for the touchdown.
And it indeed is past the pylon. Touchdown for the Spartans.
Well, Lawson that time takes the handoff to the left side, and that tackle just drove his defensive end assignment and won the battle, and Lawson takes advantage for 6.
That was just, here it is. Let's see if you can stop it. The game plan for Marian Catholic. What kind of adjustments does St. Ignatius need to make on defense to try to contain Lawson?
I think you got to bring a couple guys up in the box, force Marian to beat you with the pass, because Lawson is, he's going to have a big night if you don't do so.
Would you also do some more screen passes, some bubble screens out to Lawson if they start to cheat up with the linebackers?
Well, until they stop the run, you don't change a thing.
So even with 8 in the box, you're still running up the gutter to east and west with Lawson.
Prove that you can stop it, and then we'll change ours.
Marian Catholic having all kinds of trouble kicking the ball, but give credit to the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. Another special teams play goes their way, and that might be huge down the stretch. Meanwhile, it's 6-0 Spartans as we go to break. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. The scoreboard's a little small. Let's go a little bit bigger. Right there. Yep. I don't really care if we block somebody on the sideline.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't see it. Stupid tree. Stupid oxygen. I need to see my scoreboard. Just let me have, carbon dioxide in my lungs.
Oh, just fade it.
6-0 lead. St. Ignatius going to get the ball back. They didn't do much the last time they were on offense. See if they can get the ball in space to either Tallarico and Rugai. But, man, that Lawson guy, hard to believe he doesn't have a scholarship yet, because he is a force to watch at all times when he's on the gridiron.
Yeah, the Huskies, NIU, they might want to consider giving him a scholarship before it's too late and he jumps the wagon somewhere else, because that's a Division I football player right there. But a big-time special teams play from St. Ignatius there to keep the score to only 6-0.
We've just been blessed with seeing running backs the last couple of weeks. Brown last week, Lawson this week. If I had to pick one, I'd say Lawson's a little bit better, but man, Brown was awesome to watch as well. Meanwhile, kick return for the Wolfpack. It's got a couple of blockers, but a beautiful hit in space. Great open field tackle that time by Isaiah Beeman. A pretty decent return that time by Thomas Block.
Special teams a very underrated aspect of the game, and we're seeing some great plays out here tonight.
This is going to be the story of the game for Ignatius. We know their defense is pretty good. Held Bennett to 14, but they only scored 7. Held Immaculate Conception to 19, only scored 6. You got to find ways to score points tonight, especially against Lawson and the Spartans. 5:14 to go in the first quarter. Might be a passing play here with a 3 wide receiver set. Rugai under center. They don't do a lot of shotgun, as you would expect in a triple option. Another rolling play. Quarterback keeper. He's going to try to beat the linebacker. Stiff arm attempt, but good job. Getting low that time in the middle of the field, but great job by Rugai and the quarterback keeper getting the D-end to bite.
Absolutely. Fake the handoff to the fullback. D-end bites, takes full advantage. Nice little scamper there.
Good enough for a Wolfpack first down.
And they are indeed going to say forward progress past the first down marker.
Yeah, with that speed of that Spartan defense on the outside, I think Rugai and his quarterback option keeps are going to be very crucial to this offense having success here tonight.
This is what the Wolfpack like to do. Run the ball, play the clock game. Another quarterback keeper breaks through the line. Rugai looking great today. And a huge hit near the sideline. Delivered by Johnson, but it doesn't matter. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, Rugai putting the offense on his back on this drive here so far, and a great job up front by the offensive line.
The young man from Sacred Heart and Hardy Prep. He also is on the baseball team. He'll graduate in May.
I could have guessed he was a baseball player. He's got that athletic kind of build.
You haven't seen him chew the sunflower seeds yet. You know, you can't grade how good of a baseball player is until you see the sunflowers.
No spitting seeds on the turf, man. It's expensive stuff.
Yep, you're right. Got to get that garbage can out. As Gabe Amaker, a little bit shaken up on the sideline. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. Continue with that triple option. Instead, they go with the screen, little low pass. And because of it, it allowed Marian Catholic to regroup. Good job by Dylan Ross on the tack.
You know, only a short gain there, but I love the play call, keeping the defense on their heels. You got to be able to do both throw and run the ball.
2nd and 8.
Unless you're Tim Tebow, then you just go shotgun run every time.
You know, you keep the Spartan defense on their heels, make them have to respect you when it comes to throwing the ball. You know, it's early. This is definitely a crucial drive here for Ignatius.
Trying to find a way to at least get 3. Bezatiri good kicking the ball. And that time it's got to be caught, but a little behind on the throw to Tallarico. 3rd and long coming up. Might be 4 down territory for the Wolfpack.
Once again, another nice play call there.
I think it's going to be a little out route. What do you say, Chad?
Yeah, 4 down territory here. I think you give Rugai the option to run or throw the ball here.
That's what's so great about the triple option. You know your quarterback has strength and toughness because he's going to get hit a lot on those quarterback keepers. 3rd and 8 coming up. Man in motion. Gets the pitch out to the left, blocked by Tallarico, but an even better open field hit that time by Lawson.
Yeah, that time Ignatius runs the counter option there. And good job of the Spartan defense staying home.
That's the problem, because you wanted to at least get a couple more yards.
4th and 7 from the Spartans.
Offense stays out on the field here.
Might be a pooch punt. I would be shocked if they went for it. Rugai's got athleticism enough to do a little pooch.
Hey, 1 or 2 games left of the season. Let's make some magic happen.
Well, they're trying to draw him offside with the hard count. That would definitely be a more manageable one at 4th and 2. As they say, got close enough for 4th and 7. Remember, play clock is in play, but it does not show up on the Jumbotron. And they took the delay of game.
College away a game on the Wolfpack. Back them up 5.
As much as I would have loved to see him go for it there, you got to punt the ball because that's way too short of a field if you don't get it for Lawson and company.
They got close, though. They're drawing him offside to have a more manageable 4th down. I was a little bit shocked by that. I thought they might just do the little pooch punch shotgun and then just have Rugai kick it, but that works too.
Nice discipline there from the Spartan defense.
On the punt.
Trying to pin him in deep, but he shanked it. That's where it goes out of bounds, so it's going to be past the 30, close to the 33.
Yeah, not the point you were hoping for.
Good idea, you just got to get a little bit more on it.
Hey, this defense has showed up all year long. This is a drive they have to do so here. You got to key in on Lawson, bring someone up in the box, force Marian to beat you with the pass.
Spartans take over, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Quarterbacks they like to use with the dual quarterbacks tonight. The Thomas guys. It'll be Ronald Thomas, the senior, and Kyle Thomas, the sophomore. Kyle has the height advantage at 6'3". Ronald just 5'11". Minute 48. Go in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, it's been the Lawson show thus far, both offensively and defensively. He does play both sides of the ball. Little screen pass, read well by the Wolfpack. Look at that speed by Lawson. Turns it up to the other side of the field. It's going to be a block in the back, though, as it's a 1st down right now.
Yeah, unfortunate block in the back there by the Spartans, but still, without a doubt, just an incredible play there by Lawson.
It's hard to blame Marian Catholic's offensive line, too. You just don't expect your tailback to do that when it's a set screen to one side of the field.
100%. Nice break here, though, for St. Ignatius. Got to take advantage of it.
That's why you just have to have so much discipline. All those hours on the practice field, just let him go. Just let it get past you. If trusted Lawson's speed, didn't trust in Lawson's speed, block in the back, and a big break for the Wolfpack.
On the Spartan 21-yard line.
I would just run the same play, though. This time, Lawson's got to just stay with it, though, and try not to go to the other side of the field. Fake a screen. Screen to the other side. And a powerful hit by the Wolfpack. That time delivered by Daniel Caproni.
What an outstanding job by that linebacker for St. Ignatius. Delivering the hit. Almost came up with a fumble there.
From Pope John, the 13th.
This is the exact kind of performance you needed by this Ignatius defense in this drive. Got to keep it up. Don't let Lawson beat you.
Should be 2nd and 21. Marian Catholic just give it to Lawson again. So they're going to pass. He's got a clean pocket to the other side of the field. A little bit too high on the throw, and it 1 hops. Intended receiver was Victor Kuxi. Pretty small guy, just 5'10", 150 pounds, soaking wet.
And it looks like Ignatius did indeed bring at least a safety up in the box, and so far it's working.
So actually 3rd and 19.
Huge 3rd down here.
At the Spartan 19-yard line.
Oh, it is 3rd and 21. We were right the first time. 3rd and 21.
It's a long 21.
Just got to find a way to get some positive yardage. You know, you could also preserve Lawson's carries for later on in the game. Almost threw him offside. Another clean pocket coming up for the Spartans. Throwing it to our right, but well read by the Wolfpack. First one on the tackle, Pierce Sampson. Immaculate Conception, St. Joseph. And I would be surprised if Marian Catholic ran another play before the quarter ends.
Great job by the Ignatius defensive backs, not letting any receivers behind them.
Good cover 2 look by the Wolfpack.
Bring up 4th and 9.
Did get a lot more yards than I thought he did. Gained 12.
On the Spartan 35-yard line.
And an obvious punting play here.
It's going to be the quarter.
That'll do it for the first quarter. So, 6-0 Marian Catholic, thanks to Lawson running the ball for the Spartans. We'll take a break. Second quarter coming up next. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
It'll be 4th and 7 from the 33.
It's like the weather never changes.
It's a good way to put it.
It feels the same way as it did in February.
bring it back?
Yeah, let's bring it back. Second quarter of action. 4th and long coming up for the Spartans.
Huge stop there for the Ignatius defense. Got to get some momentum back in this game. Great job getting the ball back to the offense here. You know, punts are no guarantees, especially at this level.
Number 6, Cantello on the punt.
The difference between being a high school coach and a Division I college coach, you just kind of, you know, drink your Gatorade, chill a little bit. If you're the coach in Florida on a punt at the high school level, you're just like, please just get the kickoff. Please just get the kickoff. Good snap, good kick. I don't even care how far it goes. Just get the kickoff. That's what makes high school football sometimes more exciting than NCAA Division I football. There you go. Bad snap. Just barely got the kickoff. It was like a soccer kick, line drive style. Takes a great Marian Catholic hop, and he'll go past the 30. Swipe it at the ball. Finally touches it. Never seen that before. That was an interesting special teams play by Jamar Daniel.
I don't think that's how they drew it up, but it wasn't a terrible result.
That's what I'm saying. At high school, the coaches are just like, just get the snap off and make sure we don't fumble it. Well, this is kind of to the game plan of St. Ignatius. They found a way to slow down Lawson on that last drive. They were also benefited by a block in the back call. But same thing we've seen the first 2 weeks of the season. You got to find ways to score points. You can't constantly be waiting on the touchdown late in the third quarter.
Yeah, Rugai, he was able to get a couple nice carries on the quarterback keeps here for Ignatius. Look for him to be key on this drive once again.
1st and 10. Ball at the 33. Wolfpack with their fun-to-watch triple option. The quarterback keeper's not going to get much. Past the 35. And they'll indeed give him forward progress to the 36.
No, not a bad gain, though. There still a gain of about 4. With this triple option, as long as you're moving forward, you're having success offensively.
If you're Marian Catholic, though, don't you like that? Because you still have confidence in your defense. They just haven't shredded us with the pass. Okay, 4 yards at a time.
Yeah,
it's just gonna create so much problems for your offensive line down the road because it's so many plays that the Wolfpack have to run. Well, that's good for the Wolfpack. This time they're gonna get a lot of yardage as Roberson led them all the way. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that time the Ignatius offensive line dominated the line of scrimmage, and Robertson took advantage of an awesome hole created by that offensive line.
Number 50, Dylan Ross on the tackle.
Football, the ultimate team sport.
Refs want the clock to run.
And as great as Barry Sanders was, he had some offensive linemen as well in Detroit. It wasn't just Barry, but most of the time Barry Sanders could create his own holes.
Yeah, you can see the Marian safeties are only about 5 yards behind the linebackers.
They are just begging Tallarico and Rugai to beat them with the fly route.
Roberson on the carry.
Roberson, he's a big boy, 6'2", 195 pounds from Chicago Jesuit Academy.
And with this triple option, Robertson getting nice gains up the middle is so crucial to the offense rolling because that's going to set up the rest of the offense.
38-yard line.
You know, you force the defense to respect the fullback. Next thing you know, the pitch to the outside, you're gone for 6.
A little bit cold tonight for those defensive players to get a hold on these shifty players, especially Tallarico for the Wolfpack. Going in motion that time was Malloy. The quarterback keeper for Rugai. One man to beat, and just barely got the ankles that time of Rugai, but 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack.
And you know, that was set up on the play before. Robertson up the middle. Get those defensive ends to crash. Rugai keeps it right to the outside.
22-yard line.
Do you consider blitzing now if you're the Spartans?
See, I think you just have your front 7 stay at home. When you have those safeties, yourself in the box a little bit more until Ignatius beats you with the pass.
1st and 10, past the 30. Wolfpack getting closer to the red zone. A little run up the middle. Didn't get much, but looks like he got past the 20.
Roberson for 3.
I love this public address announcement. You get so excited about a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7.
Hey, with the triple option, though, 3 yards up the middle from the fullback is not the worst thing in the world.
2nd and 7 as it's getting colder here in Chicago. Is it ever warm in Chi-Town? Maybe August we can take our coats off?
Hopefully, Kyle, hopefully.
For a couple weeks and it gets cold again back in September.
Let us dream.
2nd and 7 and very cold and frigid Fornelli Field. We get closer to the month of May. 2nd and 7, Rugai again on the quarterback sneak. And positive yardage. Good job leading the way forward with the body.
On the stop.
Got to think this is 4-down territory all the way here for the Wolfpack.
If you get sacked, you have to
3rd and a yard from the
kick the field goal. 3rd and 1, you just got to give it to Roberson and
right
hope for the
middle.
best. Yeah, you could. I guess you could also use Rugai, but I would give it to Roberson here. Rugai, 5'10", 170-pounder. There's been the Rugai show on offense for Ignatius. The best player, though, for both teams has been Lawson. 3rd and short. Gets it to Roberson. Pushes his way forward.
For 2.
And he gets 2 yards for the 1st and 10 Wolfpack.
50, Dylan Ross.
It wasn't much, but the offensive line did exactly what they needed to do.
In goal for the Wolfpack from the Spartan 10-yard line.
If you're Ignatius here, you're not in a rush. The clock is your friend. Got to eat up a little more time and get yourself 6 here.
Cold night at Fornelli Field. The wind starting to pick up. 10 yards to go to the end zone for the Wolfpack. Out to the right, Rugai. And got close to the 5. That time on the tackle was Cassius Clifton.
Kyle, you're mentioning how cold you are, but we are located on the track. I think you could get some laps in at halftime, get yourself a little warm.
I haven't. Even when I was an athlete, I didn't run. That was my least favorite thing to do, was run it. I was one of those players, I'd actually prefer going to practice than running. My least favorite thing was running laps. 2nd and goal, probably a running play to Roberson.
It's going to be up to Rugai to read those defensive ends, whether he hands it or keeps it.
Running play up the middle, close.
Rugai on the keeper.
Rugai on the keeper, late hit, but it was actually by his own teammate accidentally. There's the guy we had in the pregame show, that was Damian Lasik.
50, Dylan Ross.
Great job by Rugai there, pulling the handoff from the fullback and taking it himself. Almost into the end zone. I think you run that exact same play here. Only need about a foot.
A little bit too far to do that quarterback keeper jumping over the end zone play. I think you just got to go a standard QB keeper. You do have some room if you want to run it out to the right on an option play. Quarterback keeper. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Wolfpack. Rugai gets it past the pylon for 6.
Huge shout out to that Wolfpack offensive line, getting at the knees of that defensive line and creating just enough room for Rugai to sneak in for the score.
Now how big was that missed extra point? The Wolfpack can take the lead if Bezateri gets the PAT.
It's got to feel good if you're Ignatius. Last time you were on this field, you had a tough time finding the end zone, but you do so here in the second quarter here tonight.
Everything's crucial here. Snap, hold, and kick. All in one fluid motion. Pretty decent hold. Even better kick. Right through the uprights for a PAT for the Wolfpack. It's 7-6 SICP as we go to break. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'll go to the press box to get warm. This is ridiculous. Oh, God. I gotta wear my winter coat.
+3.
Nice. 7-6. in favor of the Wolfpack. The touchdown that St. Ignatius desperately needed to have some momentum going into halftime. Still got a long time until the first half ends. 5:48 to go, and if you're Marian Catholic, I think you just got to find a way to get the ball to Lawson, either running it up the middle or back to east and west.
Yeah, they got away from the run a little bit there on that last drive. Let's see them get back to it here.
This time it's going to be touched. Past the 20-yard line, he's going to go to the other side of the field. He's not going to go anywhere.
Tell you what, we are seeing some awesome open field special teams tackles here tonight.
That was just a complete team effort for the Wolfpack. First guy there was Liam Stanley from St. Isaac Jokeways.
God, I think Lawson's going to get a few carries here. It's no secret.
You can also run Wildcat if you want.
Spreading that Ignatius defense out, get some guys out wide.
Little jet sweep out to the right, and he is just so hard to bring down. Finally brought down past the chains. 1st and 10 coming up for Marian Catholic.
Yeah, it looked like Ignatius even brought a couple up in the box that time, but there's still just no stopping Lawson. What an impressive runner.
It actually looked like Pierce Sampson, 19.
1st and 10
Oh, sorry. 19 would be Kendall Winters.
Well, if you're the Spartans, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Keep feeding Lawson here.
1st and 10. For the Spartans, they have not passed the ball a lot. Actually, both teams bad snap, and it's actually picked up by the tailback and the freshman's going to find a way to get positive yardage. Randall Naughton got it, and he was forced out of bounds by Jake Lowe. Lowe from St. Michael.
Great job of making a little something out of nothing there.
And the sheet they gave us, I love St. Ignatius. I think they got this wrong though. The sheet they gave us, it says elementary school instead of middle school. So these kids are really smart. They don't have to go to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. 5th grade, all the way to freshman. Skip through year. They say got a yard. We'll draw play, not going anywhere. Wolfpack there on the pursuit. 3rd and long coming up.
That Ignatius defensive line doing a lot better job of getting some pressure
Brought
here.
down by 64, Damian Lasik.
I was a little worried for him in that opening drive, after that opening drive.
Yeah, they have just keyed on that tailback going to NIU and Lawson. And they are forcing the other players, quarterbacks that they use, both of the Thomases and Kendall Winters. And 3rd and 7. I would say a passing play, but they could also go with an option. They did go with the pitch. And Lawson's going to be brought down at the 40.
Lawson on the carry.
Great job there by the Ignatius defense, shedding the blocks of the Spartans, pursuing Lawson and taking him down for probably his shortest run here of the day.
Vincent Rugai on that tackle. Gotta watch out for the snap count here if you're the Wolfpack.
Spartans bringing out their special teams unit.
5 from the Spartan 40-yard line. Correction, 4th and 5 from the Spartan 40-yard line.
Most likely a hard count coming up for Marian Catholic. They can either punt it or call timeout. They're going to bleed the clock, though, as much as they can.
Colder it gets, the tougher these snaps are.
Another high snap, read well by the punter. Another line drive kick. This time it takes a Wolfpack bounce and then another hop. At the end of the day, actually ended up being a Marian Catholic bounce. Picked up by Winters.
Yeah, if you're Ignatius here, you want this drive to be the last drive of the half. You don't want to give the ball back to the Spartans, get some positive yardage here, pick up a couple first downs, and try and get a couple more points here before the half.
Both teams have wisely held their timeouts. Both teams with 3 TOs. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. If you're Marian Catholic, do you call a timeout on the first running play?
You do not. You're okay with this clock winding down.
You just haven't seen a lot with that passing game to have confidence in a 2-minute drill for the Spartans. Another running play, no surprise for the Wolfpack. Try to get out to the left, and the pursuit was there from the Spartans.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to go to side to side on this Spartan defense. They're just too quick. They're corners and safeties.
This kind of works well for the Wolfpack. Although they did well on that drive, overall, the Spartans have kept them in check on defense. So if you're the Wolfpack, you'd love to make it 14-6 going into halftime, but you'll live with 7-6.
22.
And I just love watching the Wolfpack. I think it's a lost art, taking balls under center at the high school level. It's fun to watch. Triple option at St. Ignatius. 2nd and 8. Little run play up the middle and gonna lose yardage actually. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
So if you're Marian, I think you let Ignatius run one more play, and if they don't get it here, you're calling a timeout and getting that football back. Especially when you have a player of Lawson's caliber.
Me personally, I probably would have burned all 3 and had the ball with 3 minutes left, but also if you don't get the first down, if you get the ball back with 3 minutes, then the Wolfpack get it. So, you know, and you don't have any timeouts either if you would burn all 3 on these running plays.
Let's see if Ignatius can get a receiver open in space here and have a little success throwing the football.
Gotta be careful though, incompletion stops the clock. You just got to run it again, force Marian Catholic to use one of their 3 timeouts. Surprisingly, they called the timeout, did the Wolfpack, so they'll take a timeout as well. You are watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Did he fart?
I did. Sorry. Your mask is supposed to be on. You're not supposed to. Your camera works phenomenal.
Should be about the same. I can look at it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like I said, they got rid of the live chat, so if people don't like it, oh well. Well, we had to get rid of it because people were complaining on the live chat, so I had to disable it.
Complain about what?
Like people were like bashing each other on the live chat. Yeah. So I had to get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah. You ready?
Yep.
Third and long coming up with 1:52 to go in the second half. And partner, I think it's just going to be a running play, force Marian Catholic to waste the timeout. Passing play, how about that? They called a timeout. They got a man open to Tallarico. And a first down past the 50.
That time Tallarico finds some open space on the post route. Just a phenomenal throw from Rugai. What a pass and catch. Momentum here for Ignatius.
Well, I was shocked, and Marian Catholic's defense was shocked as well. They thought it was going to be a run play all the way. St. Ignatius stays aggressive. And past midfield, they got a chance here to make it at least 10-6. And a hard hit on Rugai. Got smashed by 2 players. Tough guy, just shakes it off, stays with it.
You know, it's week 5 of only a 6-week season. I love the aggressive play call there by the Wolfpack. And now you're keeping the Spartan defense honest too.
Also 2 timeouts for St. Ignatius because they called one. Roll out to the right, and a 1st and 10 coming up for the Wolfpack. Evan Stewart on the catch.
1st and 10 at the Spartan 25.
Again, you catch that Spartan defense biting. Nice little quick out route. Well done.
Need probably at least 10 more yards for Bezzateri, although he's got a leg, he's got a boot.
That he does. Nice job of getting out of bounds there, stopping the clock.
Get to the 15, that's about a 32-yarder. They're thinking 6. They got plenty of time to get it with 2 timeouts and 1:09 left remaining in the first half. And clean pocket for Rugai, looking to the right. And just falling down on the play. Would have been a tough catch regardless for Jack Malloy. Second and 10.
Incomplete.
25.
Incompletion stops the clock once again. Still have your 2 timeouts in your
Second and 10
pocket.
from
You want the
Spartan
first
25.
down, but at the end of the day, you got to find a way to get at least 5 yards. Help out your kicker. One of these cold days, obviously not an easy day to kick, but you need points here for St. Ignatius.
You got the Spartan defense on your heels here. This is where you could sneak it to the fullback up the middle here.
If you're St. Ignatius, you have not used Roberson as much as I thought they would, but Rugai, like you said, Chad, only 6 games. You don't have to worry so much about your quarterbacks taking hits. First and 10 on this beautiful wide shot by our videographer, Eric Ratchey. They get it out on the draw play.
Tallarico on the carry.
Tallarico on the carry.
Brought down by
He was brought
52
down to the
overall.
21. And second timeout called by the Wolfpack. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Can you change the possession arrow to SICP?
Is it not? Oh, shit.
This looks weird. That's
No,
all.
I didn't realize I didn't do it.
I know your hands are cold. It happens to me all the time. Get nice and warm in that press box.
You got a JPEG to throw up at half?
Just run Andy for 10 minutes.
Oh, it's 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, just come back out of this.
All right.
51 seconds remaining. It's going to be 3rd and 4 at the 19. What's great about high school football is the clock stops momentarily for a first down. So if you're the Wolfpack, you can definitely run the ball to get that first.
Yeah, and I think you're running it here with the Rugai. You know, he's going to have an option here to
3rd and 4 for the
hand off to
Spartans.
Roberson up the middle, but if those ends
19-yard
crash,
line.
just swoop it right to the outside.
St. Ignatius Wolfpack, they went to the playoffs last year. That was a fun game to watch as they beat their rival Fenwick 21-14 at home. Lost in the first round to Cary Grove. This year, no playoffs, looking to get to 500. They need a win tonight to do so. That was read all the way to fumble, and there were a lot of Spartan players around it waiting for the call. It is indeed Marian Catholic football. That's just a bad break, but partner, you got to hold the ball better than that.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario if you're Ignatius there. Got to hang on to the ball. Hands are getting cold, though. Can't forget that. But if you're Marian Catholic, you still have a few timeouts here left. You can take advantage of the explosive ball runner in Lawson and try and get some points here.
Yeah, you haven't seen a lot out of the Thomases throwing it, but you do have 3 timeouts. Some coaches, if they don't have comments on their running backs, would probably kick it there on 3rd down, but obviously in hindsight you can say that it was the right play call. They just fumbled it and messed it up. That's all. Tough break for the Wolfpack. Needed 3. Meanwhile, Marian Catholic just needs to hold on to the ball. This will be a run play to the right.
Yeah, you can see Ignatius bringing the safeties up in the box.
Carry, a loss of 5.
Unblocked, just makes a phenomenal tackle there.
That is just excellent pursuit by the Wolfpack. They obviously saw something, and they read it all the way. A 5-yard loss on a draw play, and Marian Catholic is probably just going to let this clock run into halftime.
We do have a timeout here.
We'll stick with the action. I don't know about that, Chad. Why would you call a timeout there to make it 2nd and 15 and the clock stops? I would just kind of force the Wolfpack to call their last timeout, then take a knee and go into halftime.
Well, here's the thing. When you have an explosive playmaker like Lawson in your backfield, you got some plays in your pocket where, you know, hey, 75 yards, he's gone for 6.
So do you trust in the fly route, see if he can outrun the DB and the safety in St. Ignatius for a possible 80-yard touchdown?
You know, maybe, but you're still just finding a way to get the ball into Lawson's hands in space, whether it's a bubble screen or just a standard sweep. And he has the ability to take it to the house. If you're Ignatius, defense is playing great here these last few possessions. You got to stay home.
And they haven't had to pass the ball tonight because Marian Catholic can't stop Rugai, so why would you pass it if you're Rugai? Just run that quarterback keeper RPO of the triple option, and they've been running it in the last 5 minutes or so. The Spartans haven't been able to stop it. Lawson was great to start off, went right down the field to make it 6-0, a missed extra point. Bezateri was good on his. And because of that good PAT missed one, it's 7-6 Wolfpack. They're going to stay aggressive. Shotgun formation. Rolling out to his right. Defense is there and stops the clock. So St. Ignatius has one timeout. If they hold him here on 3rd long, they can get the ball back with about 20 seconds.
Phenomenal coverage downfield there by the Wolfpack. Not let any receivers down behind him.
Decision time for Marian Catholic. Well, if you run the ball, St. Ignatius can stop the clock anyway, so you might as well just pass it and hope for the best.
Had a little bit of a chess game here in the first half.
Well, if there's a bright spot for Marian Catholic, most likely going to be down 1 in the first half. No playoffs this year, so you're really just working on player development. That's what we said in the pregame show, Chad. Tries to drive his legs, but having nothing of it was Michael Gladden. And with 21 seconds left, St. Ignatius will call their last timeout immediately after forward progress was determined by the officiating crew.
A gain of 1.
Once again, just a great job of those corners for Ignatius staying at home, doing their job, and making the tackle.
Final timeout of the half for the Wolfpack, and we will take a timeout. You are watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Shit, we gotta come back. Just been a hard transition.
That was a quick timeout. It was only a 30-second. I thought they had a full
It's
timeout
4th
left.
and 11 from the Spartans' 16-yard line.
Well, if you're Ignatius here, you're breaking the house. You're trying to block that kick, and these snaps are no guarantees with the cold hands right now. A little special teams tutty for the Ignatius defense.
Might even be a bad snap for a safety.
Set to receive.
It's not the greatest snap either. Little pooch kick. And you just got to go down here and save time. Hard hit. At the 49.
By number 7, Scarlett.
1st and 10.
Well, if you're Ignatius, you got a play or two here.
No timeouts, so you got to get out of bounds.
There's a flag on the play.
Could be a block in the back.
And as a result, we might see Ignatius just kneel it here, heading to the half, up 1.
Block in the back on the Wolfpack on the return.
So that puts them past the 40, actually right at the 40.
From their own 40-yard line.
No, I would try a sideline pass, but then again, I don't know Rugai's strength as much as the coaching staff does. If he can't throw it 50 yards, then never mind. But if you can get an out route close to the 50, then you could try the Hail Mary.
As we were saying in the previous drive, though, we like the aggression. Why stop it? You know, 1 game left in the season after this. Let it ride. See what kind of arm Rugai has.
Got to get to at least the 45 to have a reasonable Hail Mary. Would love to have it past the 50. It's going to take about 5 seconds to get a passing play off. They'll instead run it out. And Marian Catholic will probably not call timeout. They will not, and that will do it for the first half. So it's Wolfpack 7, Spartan 6. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. We'll be back after this. Let's get that volume up. Oh, God. Whew, cold. How about that? They're going to have the freshmen take the kick. I have a lot of confidence in your freshmen taking a kick in a game this close. Going to take it at the 20. He's looking to run it up. Go straight up. And the Wolfpack were there on the tackle. Leading the way was Pierce Sampson. And 4 yards on the 4 seconds on the return.
Another great special team tackle made there. We've seen a lot of great plays on special teams here in this game.
Yeah, it's anybody's game who's going to be the post-game hero. I could even make an argument for Tony Torado. He has been great on special teams for the Wolfpack. But we'll see how this game goes and if the Spartans have confidence in their senior kicker, Raymond Cantello, because it could be one of those 10-9 finals. Missed extra point, which was blocked. That's where we stand right now, 7-6. Getting out to their young man in space. was not Lawson, it was Quincy Waiters, the senior receiver. They're using jet sweeps a lot, as you would expect in a run-pass option, pistol formation type of offense.
Yeah, electric speed to the outside there, but great block by the slot receiver there on the inside backer.
And I always think, what would have happened for RG3's career if he hadn't got hurt? That pistol formation with Mike Shanahan, of course, he got hurt and he was never the same. But that was fun to watch for as short as it was for the Washington football team. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Looking good on that first play on their RPO pistol formation. Another jet sweep, and the Wolfpack were quick on the take. Force them out of bounds.
That's the adjustment we talked about by the Ignatius defense. They've brought those safeties up in the box. They're going to force Marian to have to throw the ball.
If there's an Achilles heel in Lawson's game, not the greatest size. He's still taller than Brown, 3 inches taller than Brown. If you missed that game last week, Josh Brown had over 200 rushing yards for Willowbrook, but they fell just short on a missed field goal. Lost a yard, 2nd and 11 at the 39. Trying to get it to the 50, of course, for the first down. Looking for at least 5 here. Love to get in the slot if they can. Another clean pocket for the Spartans. Good pass. An even better job coming back for the ball, helping out your young quarterback.
17, Cal Thomas on the reception.
Absolutely. Making the Wolfpack respect the pass a little bit. Big 3rd and short coming up here.
Kyle Thomas plays both receiver and quarterback. I think you just got to go either fullback dive or quarterback sneak. Keep it simple on the game plan here. Meanwhile, this would be a perfect time for the Wolfpack to blitz. They're going to run it up the middle, and they'll get enough for the first. And still breaking tackles as Lawson finds his way past the 45.
And you know, I love that. So many times here in Illinois, you see these teams that run the shotgun, whether it be the pistol or just a standard shotgun spread, and then on 3rd down, they don't go under center. But here, Marian Catholic does a great job sticking the quarterback under center, inserting the fullback, and just running the dive play.
And I get it. There's positives of the shotgun. You don't have to go into your 3-step drop. You already have the ball where you want your quarterback to be. But 3rd and 1, if you're used to having it under center, that's just a prime opportunity, and it gives you such an advantage over other teams that go shotgun spread. Another misdirection draw, and he's not going to get much. Lawson again, and the Wolfpack are there on the pursuit.
Yeah, and since that first series, this Ignatius defense, the front 7 has really stepped it up here, and they're starting to win the battle in the trenches.
That Thomas to Thomas connection was so good a couple of plays ago. I would try to do it again. Finally, the wind has died down here at Fornelli Field. Another toss play. This time to our left, and doesn't have blockers. Breaks through the first tackle, and he'll get about 2 yards. 3rd and 7 coming up.
Again, great containment by the backers of Ignatius.
Big play call coming up for Marian Catholic. I think you got to go standard passing play.
7 from the Wolfpack 39.
If I'm Ignatius, I'm dialing up a blitz here.
What gap are you doing, A or B?
You know, I'm going to leave that up to the coaches, but point being, get some pressure here.
Needs 7 for the first down, looking to get to the 32. Pressure coming, rolling out to the right on his back foot. And an interception for the Wolfpack. Getting the catch, Michael Gladden.
And you know, the pressure created that wobbly throw from Thomas. Great job by the Wolfpack defensive line in front 7, forcing the bad throw. Even better play by the defensive back.
About a punt for Marian Catholic. Not a lot of good things are going to happen, partner, when you're throwing on your back foot, but 3rd and 7, you got to get the first, and if you have a good feeling that if it's going to get picked, it's not going to get returned, it's not a terrible play call by the young quarterback.
Yeah, not the worst case scenario, though, for the Spartan defense. If you're Ignatius, carry this momentum here, sustain a good drive.
Remember, it's only a 1-point lead for the Wolfpack, and besides their scoring drive, they haven't done much offensively. Another run up the gut.
Ball came out.
Robinson on the carry.
Waiting for the call.
They're going to say he was down, but that was close. And turnovers are going to be so crucial here in the second half.
Yeah, when you're a team like St. Ignatius that they don't have the playmakers at wide receiver to play shootout, spread football, you got to hold on to the ball. And if you can't do it running up the gut, we've seen that almost twice tonight, you might have to just stick with those toss plays and not get as much yardage.
And the Rugai keepers here are going to be big.
Another run off the guard, and just great job moving those feet.
Yeah, I mean, he was hit at the line of scrimmage, but those legs just never stopped. That time the defensive end came off unblocked. Somebody missed their assignment up front. Big time third down here for the Spartan defense.
I didn't like leg workouts when I was younger, but that's a prime example of why you need to do them, because even when you're about to get tackled, if you hit that weight room and you have those leg workouts, you can find a way to push forward for another yard or two.
There's no missing leg day if you're a triple option fullback.
Third and short coming up for the Wolfpack. Obvious running play. And offside go the Spartans. 1st and 10 for SICP.
Ooh, the Spartan coaches are not going to be happy with that one.
Well, you know what? If you have confidence that you can read that snap count, yeah, it stinks that it's 1st and 10 for St. Ignatius. But if you have a chance to read that snap count, to get a jump, it's almost worth it there on 3rd and short. They risked it and they got beat. But obviously, if they're in the red zone, you can't be drawn offside by that. Still, St. Ignatius has to find a way to pass the football. It's a long 60 yards, actually 65 since they're at the 35. And there's Rugai again. Good little okey-doke move, creates more separation and a huge gain for the St. Ignatius signal caller.
Well, the Spartan defense bit on the give to Robertson up the middle, and Rugai took advantage of a massive hole. And just an electric playmaker down the field once he gets out into space. Just had one man to beat. Rugai, the leading rusher in tonight's game, is really just taking advantage of that run-pass option. Pardon me, the triple option.
And Rugai a little shaken up. It is his game tonight on senior night. Who better to deliver for your team than the quarterback, the captain, and the man leading your triple option? Although in the movie Remember the Titans, Denzel Washington called the QB the Colonel. It was interesting. I don't know.
Fits.
I've always thought of him as the captain, never really the Colonel. But oh well.
You know, you got the Spartan defense on the heels. You maybe sneak a pass here.
Probably be a play action. Another quarterback keeper. That is just creating so many problems for the Spartans.
Great job by that left side of that offensive line of Ignatius.
Now for the Spartans, it would seem like for your DNs, you want to maybe cheat to the right and force into that quarterback keeper up the middle.
Well, you say that, but it's so hard. That's why it's so hard to defend this triple option, because if you do that, that creates the sweep for those wingbacks. And so it really just comes down to staying home.
At the Spartan 12-yard line.
It's a lot to ask of your defense.
If you're Marian Catholic, you cannot give up 6 here. You just got to find a way to force them to kick it for 3. St. Ignatius, you're thinking 6 all the way. 6 might put this game away the way your defense has been playing. It's Rugai again. Why not? Why stop it when it's been working so well?
Rugai on the keeper. A gain of 3.
Should be
enough for a first.
1st and goal, Wolfpack. At the Spartan 9-yard line.
You got to do an all-out blitz, I think, if you're the Spartans here. You got to find some way to give your defense some confidence, as Rugai just making them look silly on those quarterback sneaks right now.
Yeah, this is the game Ignatius wants to play right now. Ground and pound, eat up that clock, keep the ball out of the hands of the Spartans.
Pound the rock, because Ignatius can block. 1st and goal at the 9. And a quick handoff. Doesn't get much. Up to Roberson.
Roberson on the carry.
Keeping the defense honest there.
A gain of 2.
I think it's going to be a play action here. So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 6. 2nd and 6.
This has been Rugai's drive. I'm running it with him one more time here.
Decision time coming up for Matt Miller and the coaching staff of the Wolfpack. As Malloy goes into motion. There's Rugai again to the left. He's getting close to the pylon. And he might have fumbled. It looks like he did.
Rugai on the keeper.
Did they stop forward progress? Marian Catholic, of course, says they have it.
That ball did come out before he was down.
Humongous call coming up. Ignatius catches a break. Why do you think they keep dropping the ball?
At the 2-yard line.
You know, I mean, I got to give credit to this defense. They're really popping the ball carrier, but you got to put 2 hands on the rock. You cannot afford another turnover here if you're Ignatius. You got to come away with points here.
If you gain a yard, you go for it on 4th and goal?
It's 3rd and goal from
I
the
think you do.
line.
I mean, no, field goal makes it a 2-possession game, but let's worry about getting 6 here first.
Well, it would force them to get a touchdown. Make it 10-6. Malloy in motion again. They draw him offside. Oh, my goodness. Marian Catholic falls for it.
Well, scrap everything we just debated.
Encroachment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal line.
Yeah, that time, no discipline. Can't have it. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, you know, Ignatius, they put that wing back in motion.
3rd down and 54
The defensive
inches.
line just getting a little too aggressive there.
I would be shocked if it's not a quarterback sneak here. 1st and goal at the 1. Rugai all the way. Malloy in motion again. This time they go to Roberson. Wait for the call. And a touchdown for the Wolfpack.
What a great drive set up by a couple outstanding runs from the senior Rugai, and there to clean it up and get in the end zone is the fullback Robertson.
SICP, their 2nd touchdown of the night. Cam Roberson. And a humongous PAT, because if he gets it, it's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion for the tie.
Great job by that offensive line getting the push needed.
Good jump off the line of scrimmage from the Spartans, but a better kick by Bezzateri. And it's 14-6 Wolfpack from their opening drive of the 2nd half. We'll take a break. More football coming up next. You're watching SICP against MCHS here on SBS. How do you like those for
I'm serious.
Scoring drive covered 81 yards in 9 plays. Capped off by a 2-yard run from Cam Robertson for a touchdown.
just fade it. (14-6), the Wolfpack. And why pass the ball when Rugai is just so good on those quarterback keepers?
You know, great run in there from Rugai. Great run there in the end zone by Robertson. But how about that offensive line of Ignatius really getting some push and starting to control the line of scrimmage?
And 2 key encroachment calls against Marian Catholic. 3 humongous flags against the Spartans have put them in a hole. Can they dig out of it? Only down by 1 possession. As the kick return goes out to about the 30.
Still just a 1-possession game here. Scoring a 2-point conversion for the Spartans to tie this game up.
From their own 32.
You don't need to go for 6. Field goal keeps you in the game. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely thinking 6, especially if you can get it past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, with the way that Ignatius offense is rolling, you do everything you can here to get the touchdown.
Just St. Ignatius defense, they're so fun to watch. They just don't quit. Even when they get beat, the pursuit is there. They just don't give up a lot of big plays.
I think we're having another little clock issue here. I don't believe it ever stopped.
So it's now at 2, yeah, it should have stopped. We have 2:41. At the field, they got 2:14, and they're looking to get that changed. Should be probably in the middle, probably around 2:25. But we will change that if it indeed is 2:14.
2:40.
All right, you were right, partner. You were right, they were wrong. How about that? You're actually paying attention and they aren't.
Price is right, I won something.
1st and 10 coming up for the Spartans. And Lawson, man, is he fun to watch. Breaks through a tackle. Finds his way to the other sideline, and this is close, and they're going to wait for the call. I think he was still in bounds on the head.
Yeah, if you're Ignatius, though, you know he's only running out of bounds. You can't give up another 15 there, but what a great job by Lawson making something out of nothing. He ran about 40 yards there to gain 4.
And I like the no call because it looked like he had a foot still in bounds when he was hit. But yeah, that is a big no-no if you're the Wolfpack.
Yeah, you don't want to give any extra yardage to this explosive offense.
You also don't want to give any kind of confidence into the Spartans, as they've looked kind of dead on offense since they led 6-0. They just haven't gotten much on the offensive side of the ball.
See those safeties again up in the box for Ignatius. They're going to force Marian to beat him with the pass. Not too sure with the...
Don't see an injured player. Nobody's down on the turf. And
another clock issue.
Yeah, this has to be fixed because you're giving Marian Catholic free timeouts.
Yeah, it's just killing the momentum of the game.
Then again, you also give St. Ignatius free timeouts on defense, but...
Hey, you know, the players got to do their job. We got to do our job, the clock operator.
I didn't know there was going to be any math tonight. Second and very long, the Spartans. Lack of communication on the handoff, and Ignatius takes advantage of it. It sure looked like forward progress was stopped by the back judge.
This defensive front for the Wolfpack is really just starting to take over the game here. You know, as good as a runner that Gazier is, you know, he can only do so much.
And this officiating crew, in my opinion, has been excellent tonight.
Absolutely.
Far cry of what we saw last week, and it shows because we're thinking more about the players.
We're leaving it in the past.
Yeah. Third and 7. As a play action rollout to the right. Finds a man at the chains. Great job in the quarterback taking his time.
Just a perfectly run out route there and an even better throw. Right on the money.
Good for a first down. 1st and 10.
And, you know, Thomas, he's shown to have an arm.
At the round 43.
He just needs a protection from the men up front.
Yeah, he has not been able to stay in that pocket. He's usually rolling out to the right, rolling out to the left. And when you do that, it's hard for you to make those throws because the distance and where you can throw has been limited.
That's just a lower percentage pass.
You can continue to make those passes on the run and complete them, and you'll be playing Division I football most likely. Another big-time play by the St. Ignatius defense.
Damian Lasik, we interviewed him in the pregame. Big number 64. Plays on both sides of the football. He loves it. He is just taking over the game at nose guard.
He's a big boy, 6'2", 280 from St. Ferdinand.
2nd and 10.
Just a junior. Gotta think he's gonna be playing football for quite a few more years.
It's gonna be interesting because we're supposed to have football in the fall. How many people are gonna be in attendance, what the regulations are gonna be. We've had some problems with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but for now, Lasik looks good in this weird COVID season. Clean pocket, tough throw. Would have been a tough catch as well. But he did lead him in space. Good job leading him in stride to Thomas.
Yeah, nice throw. Just a little too far for those outstretched arms.
Just a little bit too much on it on the pass. 3rd and 10. I think you just do the same play. Maybe a little crosser.
Yeah, I'm looking to get Jazier out in space here.
Haven't seen a lot of Zion Horn today. So we'll get it to Zion.
At their own 43.
If you get over 6, you could think of going for it on 4th down. 3rd and long, fakes the handoff. Nowhere to go with the football, and a coverage sack for the Wolfpack, led by Brady DeRoss.
And once again, the defensive line in front center, the Ignatius Wolfpack just dominating it in the trenches.
Fourth down and 18.
You know, Thomas is shown to have the arm, but, you know, the odds are against him when he has quite literally no time to throw the football.
Yeah, and if I'm the Spartans, I would just let this go into the 4th quarter, and they will. So it's Wolfpack 14, Spartans 6 as we go to the 4th quarter. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
There's some volume up. Whew, almost there.
When they return, it'll be 4th and 18 from the Spartan 35.
Then we got to clean all this up in the cold. You know what I should have done is I should have worn a long sleeve shirt. I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, or a hoodie under that.
Didn't even think of it.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Coming to you, Eric.
Sets the punt.
4th quarter coming up. 12 minutes of action.
Back deep for the Wolfpack.
4th and very long. St. Ignatius might do an all-out block here. Good snap. Just barely got that kickoff. It's going to be a shank and a bad one. Takes a big time. Wolfpack bounce, and they'll have it just short of the 35.
Yeah, that punt only netted about 6 yards there. Another break for Ignatius, a chance to really put this game without a reach.
Special teams, they don't matter until they do.
Yeah, cold weather, it's not the easiest to get that punt off, but big opportunity here for the Wolfpack.
Gotta love the play call, though, of Matt Miller and his special teams unit. They went with the all-out block, and it was successful. They got through those blocks and was able to get pressure on the kicker for a shank.
For Ignatius, you have an opportunity here to eat some of this clock up here in the 4th quarter, while also adding to your lead.
You do not have to get 6. Only need 3 for the 2-possession lead. And it looked like on that play, Marian Catholic has made the adjustment. They're shuffling well, those basketball shuffles to the right, and they're forcing Rugai to go straight into the tackle.
Absolutely. 8 men are up in the box, if not 9. They want Ignatius to beat him with the pass here. But for Ignatius, like you said, that clock is your friend. Keep ticking that down here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, because Marian Catholic, they just have not been able to show that they can beat you passing the football. Perhaps the Spartans decide to go with a no-huddle look the next time they get the football, but for now, it's 14-6 Wolfpack, 2nd and long. Trying to get it past the 30. Clean pocket for Rugai, off his back foot. That's what's so tough, throwing on that back foot. You're off balance. You want to get enough on that ball. When you're off balance, it just kind of sails on you.
Interesting play call there, trying to catch the Spartans on their heels with the pass play, but it does stop the clock in the incompletion.
Yeah, this early on in the 4th quarter, though, I think you just got to think, we're going to get 6, we're going to put this away. It was the right call, but Leo, that's one he'd love to have back. You got to set your feet and throw.
Yeah, I like the aggressive play call here. Only one more week remaining out of this. After this, open up the playbook a little bit.
Rugai gets a 2-day break, and then he gets to play some baseball games.
Not a bad gig.
3rd and 7. 2 wide receiver set might be another option play. Bad pitch, and he's just going to have to fall on it. Oh, he's lost it. Ball still loose. Catholic goes after it. Lots of Catholic bodies. Barely any St. Ignatius bodies. And it is indeed going to be... Wow, it's St. Ignatius ball. It looked like he was going to signal towards the Spartans, but at the last second, it remains with St. Ignatius. That's a mistake for Tellerico. It was a bad snap by Rugai, but when it's like that, you just got to fall on the ball and take the 4th down.
Almost a disaster of a possession there for the Wolfpack, and they don't take advantage of the bad punt. And Spartans are going to have a chance here to tie this football game up.
I just think Ignatius is happy they got the ball back, because that would have been 1st and 10 at the 50 for Marian Catholic when they just haven't done much offensively through much of this game. And another shank, this time by St. Ignatius. It's going to take a huge Marian Catholic hop.
The last 2 punts, each team combined netting about 8 yards total. Special teams, you know, it's a very underrated aspect of this game, especially at the high school level.
That's why you see some of these teams, they do those rugby-style punts just to give their punter more time to punt. You got to have confidence, though, in your punter. He's got to be pretty athletic, because that is tough to punt on the run. But you do see some teams that do that just to give your punter more time to punt that ball and just have a little bit more confidence on that punt.
Well, other than a pick 6 or a defensive touchdown, that was the ideal defensive stop there for the Spartans of Marian.
Yeah, even if that toss was successful, I didn't see him getting more than 2 yards, but obviously it was a lot more disastrous for St. Ignatius than a 2-yard gain. The pursuit has been there all night for the Wolfpack. They are making them earn it, including Lawson.
Yeah, that Ignatius defense is really starting to fly around, looking real solid. You know, they've been the clutch of this team all season long, and they once again are showing up and doing their job.
It'll be interesting who we decide to pick. Even though we've had Rugai in the past, I think we got to have Rugai again. It's just been very fun to watch by the young quarterback. And we might have Randall Naughton for Marian Catholic. He is fun to watch as a freshman. Meanwhile, Marian Catholic thinking 8 points. Another play action for the Spartans, throwing it across his body.
Nearly intercepted. A little bit of miscommunication there between Stallworth and Thomas. I think Thomas thought he was going to come back in on the button hook. He kept going on the out route.
3rd and 13. You just got to find a way to get it to the 1st down marker. And if you're St. Ignatius, got to know where the chains are and just let them get in front of you.
Look to get Lawson out in space here. He's your main playmaker. Let the player make the play.
You need at least 10 to think of going for it on 4th down. 3rd and 13. Another clean pocket for the Spartans. Couldn't handle it, would have been short anyways. Good defense, good contest by Michael Glad, and he had the only pick of the night.
And here we have our 3rd punt here of the quarter already. First 2 have been entertaining. See what happens here.
Yeah, probably too early to think about a fake, especially because your defense has been so good tonight for the Spartans.
Yeah, not on this side of the 50. But you never know.
You could get them to draw offside, then it would be 4th and 8. And maybe you consider it. First things first, though. Do your hard count, see what happens. If they don't draw offside, then you got to punt. 9:15 to go. It's 8-point lead for the Wolfpack. Another block attempt. Got his hands into the kicker, but no call. If there was, it would just be running into the kicker. And meanwhile, the ball is going to stop at the 25.
Punt stand by Lawson. Wolfpack begin their drive at their own 25.
Well, if you're the Wolfpack, I think you stick with the run here, the triple option. They tried throwing the ball on 2nd down in their last possession, which stopped the clock. I think you really just start to wind this thing down, give the ball to Robertson, let Rugai make his reads.
We will stop that clock. We always have to. Yeah, no worries. But the thing is, they've been running the clock, so we don't know when to run it, when not to.
That was a case of the cold fingers there by me.
No worries.
Apologies.
Well, like I said, they've been running that clock, so it's been hard for us to adjust. But
I take the blame.
1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. It is a cold night at Fort Nelly Field.
Drew guy on the keeper, gain of 3.
Yeah, there's now 2nd and 7 off the 3-yard gain from Drew guy.
That's all you need on 1st down there. Keep the clock running.
Second and 6 at the Wolfpack 29.
He's just been able to take so many hits.
Yeah, when you're a triple option quarterback, I mean, you have to have a different kind of toughness, because even when after you hand the ball off once in a while, you're still getting hit.
Yeah, because you do that little toss play and you got the ball off, sure, but if it was just after you got rid of the ball, you can still hit that quarterback. 2nd and 7. Up by 8 are the Wolfpack. Little toss play to the right. This time they get it off. Tallarico in space. Tallarico breaking tackles. Tallarico to the 50.
Wow. He just shot out of a rocket there after getting that pitch play. Impressive foot speed there from Tallarico.
Shifty little players, E.J. Tallarico, and a 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. Tallarico, an even 6 foot. He's from Francis Xavier Wardy, 170-pound running back / defensive back.
Heading to John Hopkins next year to continue playing football.
There you go. Maybe you'll be a doctor. Also an excellent lacrosse school.
I'd imagine he's quite the track runner as well.
Leo with the toss play to Malloy. Malloy's got a blocker, and he's battling his way near the 40. Another fumble. Unreal. 4th fumble of the night for the Wolfpack. This time, the Spartans get it. Just can't have it if you're the Wolfpack. Just hold on to the ball. It was looking like a Wolfpack win.
A near turnover on their last possession. And this time they do turn over, and you just can't have that. If you want to, I know it's only a 6-game season, but yeah, if this were a playoff run, you just cannot let these types of mistakes happen.
You got to have some confidence for the sophomores and juniors going into their senior year in 2021.
Yeah, you know, the running back did a great job of trying to stay in bounds, but I think it forced him to cough up the football there.
Yeah, remember, if you're running to the left, you got to have that ball on the right. You just can't move that ball over. You got to keep it on the other side and force them to take it out of your hands. Great tackle and open field. Great job that time by Gabe Amaker.
Yeah, those safeties are up in the box and they are making plays.
Amaker from Francis W. Parker. A humongous hit in the open field.
Those safeties are just licking their chops. Marian hasn't had any success throwing the football.
Only to Thomas, and even then, the pass has either been short or too much on him. Lawson is their best player, and they just haven't been able to get it to him in space. And when they have, the Wolfpack have been there, a team effort to contain it. There's Lawson. And the Wolfpack have made the adjustments and have forced Lawson to earn it on the sidelines.
Yeah, whatever adjustments were made, you're going to have to ask him in the postgame by this defense. It's working. Shout out to the defensive coaches of St. Ignatius and then the players out there making the plays. Lawson just has not beat him since that first drive. And it's not an easy task.
This late in the game, it's now 6:45 to go. It's cold, partner, I know. We're outside on the 50-yard line, just behind the Ignatius bench. It's a cold night on the west side of Chicago. Well, not really the west side, more the west loop.
Southwest.
Southwest. 3rd and 4. And it's going to be, oh, wow, look at that. He broke through it and finds a way to get close to the chains. A 3-yard gain, but it was really like a 13-yard gain. Found a way to get past 3 defenders, past the line of scrimmage. That is a young man who deserves to be playing Division I football next year.
And he will be. He will be a Husky at Northern Illinois. Big 4th down here.
That was all earned by Lawson. Offensive line got no push, and Lawson, that never quit mentality, he earned 3 on that play. 4th and short. You could give it to Lawson. I think I have confidence in my quarterback here, though, on the sneak.
20% capacity, making the noise of about an 80% capacity. Shout out to the parents and family members.
I formation. Need a yard for the first. 4th and short for the Spartans. And they're going to get it.
Gain of 3, brought down by Vinny Ruga.
Just 3. All he needed was 1.
Yeah, for the first time in a while there, the offensive line was able to get a little bit of a push.
And if you're Jack Malloy, you just got to forget about that fumble. I know it hurts.
And you're in striking distance now as the Spartans inside of the 45.
It stinks, though. You need all of 6, and you need the 2-point conversion. If you're the Wolfpack, you're still in a good spot if you can hold them outside the 20.
Yeah, you're happy just to have the opportunity here.
1st and 10. Another I formation for the Spartans. Play action. Has to roll to the right again. The pressure has been there for the Wolfpack. Looking deep. He's got a man. And he had him.
Surprised we didn't see some laundry thrown on the field there. Contact might have been made a little bit early.
Again.
Justin Stallworth, the intended receiver, gave Amaker. What a call there. He just didn't complete it.
You know, it's just these conditions are making it really tough to throw the football right now.
It's kind of hard to believe that they played that ice bowl and that Bart Starr and Roger Staubach actually tried to throw the ball that day. We're about 60 degrees away from an ice bowl, but it's still cold tonight nonetheless in Fornelli Field. 2nd and long. Shotgun formation. Good snap. Too high on the throw. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Thomas that time felt the pressure from the right side. Oh, it's just 4-down territory either way here for the Spartans, you gotta think.
At the Wolfpack 43.
Only way you would punt is if you get sacked. So if you're thinking 4-down territory, you probably just get it to Lawson in space and see if he can pick it up for you.
Absolutely. Get the ball in the hands of your best playmaker. We'll line up in the backfield.
Do you cheat up for the screen if you're the Wolfpack here?
Stay at home. Keep doing what you've been doing these last 2 quarters.
They've definitely been good on their wrap-ups in the open field. 3rd and long coming up. Shotgun. Bad throw. Actually looked like a lack of communication between the receiver and the quarterback. Quarterback thought it was an out route. And the Marian Catholic receiver cheated into the post.
I don't think that was the play that they had designed. Timeout here by the Spartans.
Yeah, big time play of the game. They have to call timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. 4th and 10. You got to punt.
What the hell was that play call?
I just think the quarterback misread the assignment.
Panicked.
I just think he got the wrong call. He probably called 28, and the receiver thought he heard 38. Yeah, that was just big lack of communication. Good game, though. Good game tonight, partner. We've had back-to-back excellent games. 14-6 Wolfpack coming out of the timeout from the Marian Catholic Spartans.
Ignatius was given 2 opportunities to really put this game away, but a bad pitch on 3rd down in the previous drive and then a turnover on their most recent one kept the Spartans in this game, and they have a chance here. It's 4th and 10. Let's see what they draw up out of the timeout.
As the St. Ignatius fans all bundled up and
Shout out to the student section showing up.
They always come in drives when we don't have COVID here at beautiful Fornelli Field.
Not allowed in the stadium, but not a bad view there.
It's 4th and 10 from the Spartans. From the Wolfpack 43.
Lawson lined up in the left slot.
Got to find a way to get it to Thomas. Thomas to Thomas here, what I would do if I'm the Spartans. Marian Catholic needs a full 10 for the first. Another good pocket. Then it's collapsing. And a sack for the Wolfpack. There's that man we had in the pregame show, Lasik again.
man has been on a mission all night long. I gotta say, it was the pregame interview with credit.
Well, I asked Matt who he wanted in the pregame show. I thought it was going to be Vinny Rugai. He goes with Damian. And Mr. Miller, credit to you. That's why you're the head coach and I'm the broadcast.
Yeah, he just blew up the center there, got through, made life miserable for the quarterback, Thomas. He had nowhere to go. Thomas, meet Damian. Big-time sack.
But Thomas, he had to try to stay in the pocket and give his wide receivers some time. It's just a great coverage sack by St. Ignatius, but this is no guarantee. They've already fumbled 4 times tonight. Even Rugai has fumbled the ball.
Keep ticking that clock down if you're St. Ignatius here.
The way they've had ball control issues, you might just want to do 3 quarterback sneaks and punt.
Yeah, or the handoff to Roberson.
Yeah, Roberson's been good with ball control tonight, but a little bit shaky. And I get it. It is hard to toss the ball in the cold, but you got to find a way to keep your hands warm if you're Rugai, and you just can't do it.
Well, Marian only with 2 timeouts remaining. Get a first down here. That clock into 3 minutes.
You know, darn if you do, darn if you don't. If I were Marian Catholic, I personally would have punted, especially because St. Ignatius has had such problems holding the ball, but I like the aggression. Coaching staff at St. Ignatius telling him to hold that ball.
Yeah, I'm sure you could hear that in the broadcast at home. That time, you put 2 arms around the ball. If you had 4, you would have put 4.
Humongous 3rd and short coming up for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, you get to stop here. You might even think about using a timeout.
Yeah, I probably would. I think you just got to go quarterback keeper with the Wolfpack. You get the first down, the game's about over. You don't get it, well, you just do a pooch punt and pin them deep.
Bring in the house here for the Spartans. Everyone up in the box.
Rugai's got space, driving forward. It's going to be a humongous spot.
They're going to give it to him.
Marian Catholic's pleading for a measurement, but the chains are moving anyways. It sure looked like he got 4.
Sure did. Officials made the right call there.
And for Marian Catholic, you just can't spend a timeout there since you only have 2 left.
And if you're the Wolfpack, keep doing your bread and the butter. Whether it's Robertson up the middle or Rugai with the keep, don't even risk sweeping the ball here.
I mean, you could just go Roberson or Rugai on the handoff. Because you want first downs, obviously, to end the game, but really you just want to bleed that clock, force Marian Catholic to call timeouts.
Timeout by St. Ignatius.
Yeah, that was surprising because a delay of game doesn't really hurt you there.
Yeah.
You stop the clock.
So better safe than sorry here. What a job, though, by that defensive line of Ignatius. I mean, Spartans had every opportunity to not only tie this game up, but they had multiple possessions here to maybe even take the lead.
I mean, 14 unanswered points by St. Ignatius. It was 6-0 Marian Catholic early, and it looked like Lawson was just going to take over this game.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to have another one of those classic Lawson games, and I'm telling you, you're going to have to ask in the post game what the defensive changes were exactly.
It just seems like they were tighter on their pursuits. They were cheating up a little bit with those linebackers, forcing Thomas to beat them through the air, but...
And, you know, Marian not being able to have success throwing the football made life a lot easier for the Wolfpack defense, but still, credit to that defensive line, creating the pressure and creating havoc all night long.
We appreciate you watching this broadcast. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show brought to you by St. Ignatius College Prep Athletics. Coming up after the game. We wish you were here, and maybe you'll be with us next season. Rugai. He's got space to the left, and then quickly given up and taken away by Marian Catholic.
He did his best to stay in bounds there, but an even better job by the defender to lift him up and get him out to stop that clock.
Yeah, if you're Rugai, you almost want to just do the quarterback slide and take away 6 yards. You're really just looking to bleed clock. Yeah, you want a first down, but 2nd and long doesn't really hurt you as much as going out of bounds does.
Yeah, easier to say for us from the sidelines. When you're carrying that football, you're trying to get every yard.
For your fantasy players? High school fantasy football brought to you by Yahoo. 2nd and 9.
That's illegal. I would never.
And Tallarico going into motion. New guy, a little roll out to the right.
That's the gain you want. Great push there by the right side of the Ignatius offensive line.
Marian Catholic finally calls timeout.
One day, Aloise on the stop. Timeout.
Marian Catholic with 1 timeout remaining here, so they're really banking on getting a stop here in this drive. On this.
Well, yeah, St. Ignatius drive on defense for the Spartans. Beautiful night. Fornelli Field, Chicago is a nice view of the fans.
The Ignatius student section looks like a little bit of a neon look. We should call the Hubble telescope, see if they're visible from space. Home fans in the stands for senior night. Hopefully all the senior parents were able to be in attendance.
It is strange, partner, wearing the mask. I was actually at St. Ignatius when the world got crazy. They actually won their sectional game against DePaul College Prep. I was driving home after St. Ignatius won the game, and I heard that the Jazz and Thunder had their game canceled. What do you mean they got their game canceled? 10 minutes later, the NBA is done.
Rudy Gobert. Shout out.
I'll always remember that. Coming home from St. Ignatius, it stung because that was a chance for St. Ignatius to go to their first super sectional in 20 years, but it wasn't to be due to the virus. Third and 4. Got probably a blitz here for Marian Catholic. Another running play. Gonna try to drive for the first. It's gonna be close.
Looks like we might get a measurement here. Oh, they're giving them the first down. Great second effort there by Robertson.
If I'm Marian Catholic, I would just call timeout for a measurement. Game's over anyways. They are still talking it over on the sideline. Marian Catholic wants a measurement.
Not going to give it to him.
You could call timeout for the measurement, but as we saw last week, you don't always get it anyways.
You know, overall, great job today by this Marian Catholic defense. You know, the odds were against them because of all the possessions that this Ignatius offense has had.
I mean, they forced 4 fumbles. They just only recovered 2 of them.
Right.
But you're not going to win many games either, only scoring 6 points.
The keeper, 47,
nasty at that time.
On the stop. Timeout.
Third timeout for Marian Catholic.
Third and final timeout for Marian Catholic. So it's going to be victory formation for St. Ignatius when we come back. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Oops, nope. There you go. We're almost there, partner.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I would hope it's victory formation.
I think they have to run. They're going to have to run a couple plays because 209 down to 130. First down, it's over. Ready?
Yep. Well, partner, you brought up a good point. There is 2:09 remaining on the clock. I brought up victory formation, though, because they've had so much problems with holding the ball. If you take 2 knees, it's almost better to do that because you know you're not going to lose the ball and the clock continues to run.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I have confidence in my ball carriers with 4 fumbles already tonight.
Well, this is your chance to make a statement. You know, offensive line has been doing a good job of getting the push. Rugai, whether it's the keeper or giving it to Robertson, just try and get one more first down. Let's get a true victory formation.
So, no victory formation yet.
2 hands on the rock, though.
If you're going to do a running play, you got to make sure not to fumble. 1 in motion, and they're going to go with their standard triple option look. Another run up the gut.
All right, if you're Marian, you have a chance. Clock rolls under 2 minutes, but
no 2-minute warning for the NCAA/IHSA rules.
Wow, gonna give them about a gain of 4 there.
Yeah, they have been very friendly with those calls today. But other than that, it's been an excellent night by the officiating crew tonight.
3rd down and 5. First down would end it here.
And I'm probably overthinking it, but yeah, 4 fumbles is just kind of in the back of my brain right now. I'm just thinking, I just want to hold the ball and let the clock run. I'd love the first, but I just don't know how much confidence I have with some major play calls. A toss, I just don't know if I feel comfortable with that as it's getting colder, and another run up the gut. Second effort and a first down for the Wolfpack.
What a phenomenal job there by Robertson. He gets his number called and he puts this game away for the Wolfpack.
And now, partner, it's victory formation. So I said it earlier, probably a little too early.
Clock should be running. I think, okay. Thought the operator might have fallen asleep there.
That or he was about ready to go home.
Or he's a Marian Catholic fan.
One more play. And a well-deserved victory for the Wolfpack tonight.
You know, a great game played by both sides, but Wolfpack were just a little bit better.
Yeah, Marian Catholic, they just got to find better ways to get separation. I don't know if you can practice it per se, but find a way to practice in these cold conditions.
Yeah, that's just an offense that it's just going to be tough to run in conditions like these.
Because they just seemed out of sorts in the second half, and they just couldn't get a good grip on the ball. Either Thomas throwing it.
And all the credit though to that Ignatius defense after that first drive, just really stepping up and shutting down the Division I running back in Lawson. Wolfpack moved to 2-3.
Wolfpack moved to 2-3. Marian Catholic falls to 1-4. So the Wolfpack are still in live to finish the year at 500. We'll take a break. The post-game show brought to you by the St. Ignatius College Prep Athletics Department's coming up next. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
The week begins at 2. Next week at 3 at Summit.
We get and then should we do Lawson or not? Yeah, we'll do Lawson. We could do Nottingham, but I'll do Lawson. Run Andy Dalton after this last game.